Hey guys, welcome to my coverage of SPL XV or 15 if you don't know Roman numerals. Here I'm covering a game, the first Gen 9 Scarlet Violet game of the tournament. This is the third game actually. There were a couple of games yesterday. This is DonSalvatore of the Dragon Spiral Tyrants and Beraldino of the Congregation of the Classiest. We see Beryl doesn't actually have the Congregation of the Classiest custom AV. I think that's a random battles team tour custom AV. So yeah, let's hop right into the game. Two pretty cool teams. DonSalvatore's got cool Bulkio, Tinglu, Zamazento, Weavile, and some big threats with the Volcarona and the Dragonite, as well as the Golden Goat to block Defog. Barrel's got a pretty cool stand balance. Talk specs, probably some sort either specs Kyurem. I guess boots could also be a thing. A lot of different Kyurem sets have been thrown around lately. More than likely either a boots Dragapult or a specs Dragapult, then Gliscor with the Sand Core. So yeah, pretty cool team on both sides. We're gonna see how it goes. As for me, I'm your host, Career Ended. I've been wanting to start picking up recording some of these tournament games live here. I recorded DonSalvatore's game the other day against Michael, but unfortunately my audio didn't even work at all during the game, so I didn't feel like posting a live game with no audio, as anyone can just go and watch the replays. But yeah, I really like commentating over the games as it happens. It's exciting to watch the games happen if they're very high skill games, very cool teams, especially in this new beta of Scarlet Violet, just coming off the DLC 2 drop a couple weeks ago. There hasn't actually been any official tournament action from Smogon in this tier. There's been like some OUPL games and other tournaments. I know OST starts this Sunday, but this is actually the first of the new year, so it'll be cool. We see a Dragapult lead from Beraldo into the Tinglu from Salvatore, so we'll see what this Pult wants to go for here turn one. I'm assuming a Wisp if he's going to lead it, and if it was Specs, I'd find it hard to believe he would lead it. Though who knows really. It could also be banned, I guess, as well, to go for a strong U-turn. DonSalvatore will probably just try to get up his rocks here, I'm sure. Yeah, I think a strong U-turn into Gliscor from Beraldo would be a pretty good play here. And from Don, definitely trying to get up some hazards early, especially if this Kyurem isn't boots. That will be very valuable. So we do see a Wisp, but we do see rocks on the turn one. I actually don't know if this is Beraldo's debut in SPL. I think it is. And I think DonSalvatore has a couple games before as well, but I think this is his first time starting week one. So we do see spikes and the red card revealed, so no leftovers for this Tinglu. Probably going to be a sack later on here after. But we do see the Excadrill get pulled, so he could, and with the balloon, pretty free to just go for a spin here. So we'll see if the Goldengo wants to come out, or if Don just wants to break that balloon with like a Ruination or some other kind of coverage move. If he has Whirlwind and EQ, it's probably a switch to Gold or Zama. I'm not sure exactly what he wants to go for here. Beraldo could also possibly go for an SD here. I don't really feel like the switch to Volcarona happens. And we just do see the raw Iron Head and the Ruination to break the balloon. I do think an Earthquake will kill from 49. Would have to have a lot of HP or defense investment from the drill to live it, so even with the burn. So the Iron Head doing 23, really interesting from Beraldo. I guess though it's more of a mid ground just to try to pop a Golden Go balloon. Definitely a viable play, but a spin there definitely would have been really nice to get right on that turn. But I'm sure first game of the season, nerves can be happening. So we do see the hard to Volcarona, and he gets the burn here, and now it looks like the hazards are going to stay up, and this Excadrill has basically been neutered. Likely won't even have any value to revenge the Zamazenta later, and probably won't be able to take an E-speed after the rocks and spikes later. So DonSalvatore really with a strong showing in these first 4 turns. Of course, coming off that deep Masters run, he wants to carry some of his momentum into SPL, big tournament, of course, where eyes are always looking. So yeah, we'll see what Beraldo wants to do here. He does have a Tyranitar in the back. And with the Tinglu weakened, I guess there's a full health Zamazenta there, so we'll see what the T-Tar is going to go for in this game. But this Volcarona sitting in front of him is definitely a very big threat if it goes for a quiver, especially with this Excadrill burned. I wonder if this Volcarona could live a rock slide if this Excadrill actually has one. That would be an interesting thought. I do have the calculator open, but I feel like these players are going to make a click here pretty soon, so I don't really want to cut away from the action just yet. Of course, there's also a full health Toxapex in the back, so we'll see. I guess we'll 76% after hazards, but we'll see what Beraldo wants to go for. It looks like he's already clicked. We're just waiting on Don to make his decision. As for the Ironhead, so the Excadrill is actually faster, and he gets a spin-off, so Jolly Excadrill, a modest Volcarona, or even like a bulkier Volcarona set. I think Jolly Excadrill here, let's just check that really quickly. How much does Jolly Excadrill Ironhead do to a Volcarona usually? Maybe this Volcarona is a little bit bulkier than usual. We'll just cut back, see nothing's happening. So yeah, around the middle roll there, 22 to 26, and I did 25, so maybe a little bit of health. This is a lot of health actually, so probably actually a defensive Volcarona, which would make sense why the Excadrill is faster. So good on Beraldo, I'm sure he calced that, and able to get off the hazards, but down his speed control, looking a little bit harsh. Weavile is quite a big threat now, I would say, especially if this Volcarona can get off a Bug Buzz on the T-Tar here. Though I do know that a French player, Savoris, or I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, Sav, we'll just say Sav, he dropped an RMP recently of a similar looking sand build. I think there was a Keldeo on it. Instead of a Kyurem, maybe one other Pokemon was different, but it was Scarf T-Tar was my point, and we actually see this T-Tar being slower than the Volcarona, so he gets off the boots, but takes the Bug Buzz, and it looks like this T-Tar might just drop on turn 7, and DonSalvatore might have a 6-4 advantage on his hands. Okay, so now he wants to go Toxapex, so actually reveals the eject button, so I'm sure we'll just see a Dragapult revenge kill here. But yeah, T-Tar at 46 now won't be able to take on any Icicle crashes. So this Toxapex, no item, might have to go pretty hard here late game, taking on all of the Zamazenta and the Weavile. I guess not having item does make it a lot easier into the Weavile, because of course knockoff is going to be doing less damage here. So we see Dragapult come in, probably just to revenge this. That does give Don a chance to go to the not Dragonite really. Okay, so we see a U-turn, and unfortunately for Beraldo, a burn. Well, we'll see what happens here. Brings out the Kyurem. Could take that sand chip, and we'll see what DonSalvatore wants to go for. I'm not sure if Beraldo is a Spanish player or if he's from South America. One of the two. I'm sorry. I really I actually teamed with Beraldo once before. I should probably know that. I think he is from South America though. If anyone, and then DonSalvatore is a French player. So 12 p.m. EST as we're recording this. We're going to see what DonSalvatore wants to go here. Zamazenta is looking like quite a big threat with this Dragapult burnt now. Of course, Terra Fire Zamazenta has also been rising in usage lately, so that could definitely be a really big problem for Beraldo late game. Though I guess the Toxapex would be able to surf that. So we see Weavile come out on the Kyurem. Knockoff is going to do a pretty big chunk, but I guess the Kyurem could also go for a scale shot and really threaten this Weavile here. This Kyurem is probably looking like the win condition. I guess Toxapex can stall out a lot of stuff if the Dragonite ends up getting burnt. But definitely Kyurem is a big threat to Don's team, so knocking it off would be really smart. Get rid of a loaded dice potentially. It is the choice spec, so the Draco's gonna not kill, but he will survive on 4 after the sandstorm damage. And he elects to keep the 4% Weavile. Very interesting. And we see 2 doubles. Beraldo into the Pex and DonSalvatore into the Balloon Gold. So this gold is actually looks pretty good here as well. Make It Rain. T-Tar is definitely Make It Rain range. Though this Pex could probably just stall it out of SPL recover. Does elect to keep the balloon for the Gliscor. And we do just see a Surf. So Don just wants to get up a hazard. Probably his rocks to limit how many times this Kyurem is coming in. And he does just go to the Kyurem on it. We'll probably just see a Tinglu sack followed by whatever Don wants to go to, I guess. More than likely not the Weavile, because he would be losing a sack if T-Tar comes in. The Weavile would be dead to sand damage, so I assume we'll see a Zamazenta here. Though I guess potentially Dragonite could also come if he does want to Terra normal right now. Though there is a Dragapult in the back, so not sure how much that goes for. Though I do think Terra Zamazenta is probably the win condition at this point. So he does elect to go to Weavile. Yeah, just an ice move, I'm sure. Does get the Toxapex, actually. Wants to keep the Tyranitar sack. Actually reveals low kick. So well played by Beraldo, keeping an extra sack here. Definitely going to be useful later. Gets the Surf off on the golden. Oh, actually Toxic Spikes to limit the Zama. And we see T-Wave from the gold. So I wonder if the Gliscor can actually handle a Hex Golden Go. I'm sure if the Golden Go actually Terras, that could definitely be a win condition now as well. Like a Terra Fairy Golden Go would be very hard for Beraldo to deal with, assuming the Gliscor doesn't have SD. We'll see what the Dragapult is able to do. Though if Gold does Terra out of Steel and not poison, it will get affected by that Toxic Spike if it wants to switch out at some point. Which I guess if it Terras, it depends on this Toxapex move. If this, yeah, not really. I can't get poisoned by Kudus Gold. So we do see T-Tar come in. Hex doing a clean 7%. So we'll see if Don has Make It Rain here. Though a Weavile sack would also be a decent play here as well, I'm sure. Interesting. So I actually, how much did that T-Tar do earlier to the Volcarona? It didn't really do that much. Interesting. And the T-Tar is faster again. So I wonder what item this T-Tar was. It took rocks. Oh, was it Smooth Rock? Did I miss that? No, it wasn't Smooth Rock. Interesting. Because it was faster than the... Was it faster than the Volcarona? Am I going haywire? No, it was definitely slower than the Volcarona. He switched out. So, not Scarf, not Band. Interesting. Maybe just random expert belt. I'm sure someone has some idea of what item it could be. But I'm sure we'll see a Gliscor come out here, perhaps. T-Tar dead. Toxapex paralyzed as well. Kyurem essentially a sack at this point. Actually goes to the Kyurem here. I wonder if this Gliscor will be able to take down some Pokemon here. A funny set agility Gliscor. Well, I guess breaking the multi-scale with the sand would be very nice. But I'm sure Don will keep his Dragonite out of the game for the next 3 turns just to ensure that agility Terraflying Gliscor would win. But as for now, I guess we'll just see an Earth Power to clean up this gold. Interesting, even just like a max speed Tyranitar onto a defensive Golden Go, which 46 from a knockoff, no item. That seems about right. Depends on the spreads, of course, but This Golden Go does look to be a defensive with the balloon, though I'm sure it's running a bit of speed, not max. We do see the Weavile sack on the Kyurem. Kyurem dead to rocks, 11%. We do see Zama, and it does get poisoned. It wasn't Boots Zama. So definitely Pex has win chances here. So both players can win here. Very exciting game, 20 turns in. Pretty fast game as well. So I hope you guys are enjoying my coverage of it. I do like to talk, and I'm sorry if I don't sound very experienced. I used to do this a little bit with one of my buddies, Doc Rich. He used to be the absolute king of just covering content. So we just see the Iron Defense, and yeah, and the Haze is just going to wrap that up. This Pex is shutting down this Zamazenta. Hard to Golden Go. This Golden Go will be able to pressure the Talk Specs here. Anyway, as I was saying, Doc Rich used to be the king of covering content. But he retired a little while ago, and so we do see the Terra Fairy to live the EQ. And this Golden Go doesn't really have to switch out. The Dragon Pult won't be able to pressure it. So looks as though the Golden Go will probably just win. As Blunders is in the chat, that's my boy talking about the Frenchman. As it looks like Terra Fairy Gold probably just wins here outside of like Terra normal Gliscor here, I guess. Unlikely that that's the case, though I'm sure Pulse might be able to do something. Unlikely even then. It'll just drop to a Hex, and with the Dragon Knight for insurance, looks like the Golden Go is just going to be able to win. Yeah, he just fishes for an extra protect. Dang. So Terra Fairy Golden Go was absolute. Well, we'll see what the Pex can do here, but I'm sure he's just going to get run out of recovered by the Hex. Maybe not. I wonder if sacking Gliscor was good there. Even if he spams the next 10, like 5 recovers, he does have the Kyurem sack at some point. He can't plot. I definitely think sacking the Kyurem there and trying to burn some hexes with Gliscor might have been win opportunities, but yeah, it just looks like Beraldo is going to forfeit there. Well played game to both teams. Definitely losing the Excadrill early on was a little bit unfortunate for Beraldo, and getting the burns with Volcarona. A little bit lucky on DonSalvatore's part, but a clean game either way, and some cool teams all around. So hope you guys enjoyed the coverage. I'll try to get some more games around soon.